Hey, you want to hear some poems about ducks?
No.
Nah.
Nope.
Maybe. Howdy, folks. Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG Quantus server, hanging out here at the witch farm and pig place. Because I watched that pig climb up that scaffold, and now he just kind of wants to stay up there. But, no, well, okay. Anyway, it works. It works great. I went ahead and grabbed a huge amount of redstone and glowstone and a couple things of bottles, because we're looking at killing the end dragon, and so figured might as well get some of the dragon breath while it's available. And I took it back to the village hub so that people could access it here. But I was thinking, down there it looks ugly. Very ugly. It's not very nice. I want something that looks much better, so I was thinking some sort of some sort of witch hut up here would work much better. So here's kind of what I was thinking. I knocked down a tree that was right here. I've been growing some dark oak here because I think I want dark oak as the logs, spruce as the wood, and maybe some cobble. But so growing that there. I've got a willow over there, so there hopefully is plenty of room around it. I'm curious to see what sort of wood I can get out of that. And after I'd planted this and harvested this a couple times, I noticed that there's a roofed forest over there. So I can get plenty. So if I ever don't get enough saplings from my harvest here, then I can go ahead and do that. So the main thing I'm looking at is something that runs north-south here. That I'm thinking like a tower. Unfortunately, it's going to get kind of close to that, and I don't really like that. But I would like to have the tower on the left, but it may end up going on the right. But it would be kind of cool to have a tower here, because you'd be able to see the sides of it. But unfortunately, that's right there. That's a problem. So I may have to flip this mentally and have the building side here, which ultimately is going to have the storage from down there come up, so that people can just run up, grab what they want here, and go, hey, that's a cool witch shack. Where's the gingerbread and the candy and the witch that I shove in the oven and all that? Then people are going to need to get here, and they can run overland from there. But I was thinking clearing this out a little bit more and start a mine shaft that would allow mine carts to come closer to here. There's this little ridge here that I think might make a good place for it to come out of, and that way you can just kind of come down a path and do the witch hut here. So I think that's the overall idea. Now implementing and executing the idea. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of freehand a circle, build me a tower, and then stick a house on here. But yeah, I'm not going to do it because I'm just going to freehand it, and that's kind of darky looking. So I'm going to at least get a tower base, something that's looking good. This is probably going to have to go because the tower is going to be over here. And I want the tower to be in kind of the back corner, so that puts the tower about here, more or less. So that's too close. Alrighty. Time to do some work. 9 hours later. It's a late next day, but I do have the tower in place. It's okay. Just throw it together with a basic palette of cobblestone and some dark oak and spruce, with kind of the idea that if it's a witch's hut, there's not a lot of materials around for it. So that's what I'm doing here, and that's going to be in the back corner, and so the rest of it's going to go around here. And yeah, that willow back there never did grow.
Well, you idiot.
Thank you. So, yeah, I'm just looking at this and going, okay, now what? Yeah, I just kind of winged that, so time to wing a structure around here. Something that can hold the stuff coming up and kind of matches the same basic structure that we've got going here. So I'll wing that and bring you back. Well, I've got a little bit done here, and you'll have to tell me what you think. I like to have a little bit more progress reports instead of just kind of springing stuff like this on you. But the first one I did, I was talking about the ceiling, and I worked on the ceiling online, or live recording it. Oh man, it was so boring listening to that. And I said, no, I'm not going to subject you to that. And then I went through and I did some other stuff, and I watched it and I said, no, the sound isn't right. I can't. Nope. So you get the third go. So here is the building so far. I've gone ahead and gone with the same palette of the woods, because I figure a witch is going to have more natural sort of stuff, because it's what's available around here. So we've got the dark oak logs here, a couple little dark oak bits of wood, spruce. I really like the dark oak chests as well as these doors because of that gold accent. I think it looks really, really nice. It makes it pop out. This is what I've got. It's kind of blocky, which I was hoping not to get, but I'm okay with that because I like how the roof is going. If you look at it, you can see that you've got this nice curve here, which is very symmetrical, although it's broken up with the different wood types here. But looking up behind, the roof is shallower over here, and then it builds up and then comes down. And I think that kind of complements the tower, which is tucked away in the back there. I kind of like how that works. So let's jump up there and see how that's going. Toddy has been doing some building where it's very kind of free-flowing, non-regular sort of building, and then also he had tossed in some different colored woods. In his case, he was doing oak and jungle, and I was doing the dark oak and the spruce, and I had a little bit of oak, and I said, oh, well, let's just toss a few of those in there just to see how they look. And I'm kind of grooving on how this looks. It's like somebody had an original roof, and then it kind of collapsed a little bit over here, and they didn't get around to actually fixing it too well. And then as they patched it later, they used whatever they had on hand. And that's kind of the feel that I'm thinking that works for here. I also went ahead and stuck these lit glowstone, redstone lamps in place. You just make a regular vanilla redstone lamp, and then you craft it again with a redstone torch, and it's permanently lit. I love it that way. You don't have to worry about having little hidden levers anywhere, and that keeps the roof very nicely lit. If I F7 up here, which I won't because you can't see anything, there is no spawnable spots up here. And that was my goal. It provides a little bit of light down inside, but I didn't want anything spawning on top because, there's a hole here on the roof. They can fall right in. That's not good. In the corners, these were lightable spots, and so I just stuck a little bit of chisel right there in these blocks, and that no longer is a spawnable spot. And I did a couple of these on the roof just because I don't like having anything that's spawnable anywhere near me. I like being able to AFK in peace and security, knowing that I won't get ganked by some zombie coming up, or worse, a creeper blowing up me and all my chests next to me. That would be bad. So that's the roof. Because of this weird randomization stuff going on here, and this being a little bit more regular, it doesn't 100% blend in. But I'm going with it. It's kind of like I was sitting there building the roof, and I stopped and I said, "Ooh, I want a kind of a skylight here." And it's almost like this little section here collapsed at some point, and they did a little shoring up, and I'm going with that. Yep, got to go with that. So that's the roof done. Let's go inside, and it's non-typical because these two walls are taller than the walls on the other side, just because the ground sloped up. So that's why I'm having to use these stairs to get up there. And I wanted to preserve that feel of the ground. And I kind of like the look here of the roof from down here. It looks good. Flat and is just boring, and I want to kind of avoid that. So we've got little bits here where we're missing stuff, and I'm liking the look of that. I'm gonna see what I could do about removing a lot of these torches. I don't think there's enough light from these lanterns up above, so maybe I might embed 2 right there, and that would light up everything, which would be pretty cool. I went with the stained black window panes, mainly because, you know, there's squid out there, so I could get those. I was thinking brown would be really good, but I didn't have any cocoa seeds with me, and I ran around and I didn't see any brown plants, so I couldn't do any of that. So that made me feel sad, and it's nighttime, so I will go ahead and sleep real quick. There. Oh, sleep charm. I love it. It makes it sleeping so fast. And the plan is that the witch drops from over in that farm will come up here, because in the next age, which should be unlocking it right after we kill the dragon, that's going to give us storage drawers and tinkers and hopper ducts. Now the hopper ducts mean I'll be able to move the stuff from down there on up here, which is going to be good. Hey, let's say hi to Toddy. Yay! And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm thinking, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Woohoo! Perfect. There are 7 drops from the witches that I care about. The hats, I don't. But these, I'm going to go ahead and put those 7 here. I'll have to figure out how to purge the others, but not 100% sure on what to do with that. But I've got 7 across here, which was nice and serendipitous, and I'll put the stuff that we care about here in the drawers. So we've got storage, which is very nice, and then we can run that continually, and whenever somebody's here, they'll get the drops, which is good. So floor pattern, I decided to go a little bit more regular, just because, you know, having the different types of woods looked good. I had some funky diagonals going on here, but it wasn't looking good, so I got rid of that. So we got a 2 border of the dark oak, and then a border of the spruce, and then I just had this strip of the dark oak again, and I decided, you know, I like having crafting stations all over the place. It makes it really easy to do, you know, crafting, yeah. And so I went ahead and stuck those 2 in there. I'm thinking I may replace out the glowstone. Do I have another? I don't have another one of these redstone lamps with me, but if only there was some place where I could get some glowstone. Yeah, so I can get glowstone and some redstone over there, and I can make some more, so I can slap them down here. So that's what's going on the inside. It needs a lot more decoration, so I need to do that. The walls are still way too flat, so I need to do some work on the walls. I kind of like how these steps merge in with the glass above it. I'm thinking what I'll do is some chiseling, and so if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need to take these out for a solid block and then chisel down a step look, and then do whatever chiseling I feel like doing on them. I really like peeling them back a little bit so they're not flush here. They've got a little indent. So I think I'll do, all I've got right now are stone chisels, because they're really, really cheap and easy to make, but they break really, really fast. So I'm gonna be doing that. I did plant these 2 oaks and moved over a little bit of the sugar cane here, so we had some vegetation to the side, and I didn't like that big monstrosity grew. I would like, because these super tall oaks don't grow in the marshes here like that. There was a big cinnamon forest here that I went ahead and chopped it down, because the plan is when you come out of the witch hut, you know, you'll go along a little path here, and there's going to be a railroad station that will go down underground and feed back to the village. So it makes it easy to get over here. Several people have been going, I want to get stuff, but I can't come over. And I said, well, it's a decent little run. These little things, Pam's Harvest Craft. Let's see, shift right click, shift left click. Oh, shift left click. All right, so I will go ahead and chop these all down, because I don't need them. Oh no, I didn't want to break it. I wanted to pull them out, because I already have inventory issues right now as it is. These are funky in that they will spread. I will put 1 there, And as I work here in the area, after a while, they will start spreading around. So if you want the drops from these, yeah, leave at least one, and they will spread. I also kind of like the little blue orchids. I like those flowers. I'll keep some of those in the area. Drop off that stuff. I don't need any of this. The cotton's kind of nice to have, but the rest of it I'll just pitch over the side and let that decay. So that's what we got going. Tossed a little bit of vines around, letting them grow. I'm going to need to toss that a little bit further away. As some string. I'm going to need to get some string. Hey, I could plant that cotton because I don't necessarily want the vines growing over the windows. I'll have to check and see. You know, the willow just won't grow no matter where I put it, and that bugs me. I've hit it with a bunch of bone meal, and it doesn't. Back here, it peaks a lot nicer. I put stairs instead of slabs right here because I wanted it to go up fast. And I also had a little bit of the dark oak stairs, so I went ahead and did that. And I have also done this cobble. Everywhere where it's water level, there's cobble instead of wood, because wood in water like that would just rot. And so we don't want any of that to happen. So that's the kind of conceit of what I've got going on here. And it needs a lot more decoration on the inside, a lot more vegetation and decoration here on the outside. And I wanted at least to let you see what I was doing here, because the other 2 takes of what I was doing, the roof and decoration around here, no, I'm deleting them, and you don't want to see them. Anyway, back to doing a little bit more work to make this look even better. I've been sitting here AFK for most of the day, and it would have been a non-stop splat, 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 splat of witches, except I didn't have my headset on, because I was doing work things. But I figured it was just fine to go ahead and AFK, and make sure that we got plenty of the good witch drops, because, you know, sticks. But yeah, let me show you a little bit of the goodness that we've got. Glowstone, entirely full, which is very nice. Redstone, entirely not full. Well, each one of these represents an entire row of these, you know, so that works too. Plus, we've got some more down there, and we've got some more down in there. And that works out really well. And you're probably saying, what's this?
Grok, what's this?
Why, that's a sorter. That's exactly what that is.
Ah.
Thanks, honey.
Sure. I want my $5.
Okay, it'll be in the mail. Yep. Here, let me go ahead and get rid of the lava because, you know, lava is scary. This is a vanilla item sorter. Let's move that off the bar because that would be bad to touch it. So, let's go. Let me out. All right, so all these hoppers are chained along, and they just go here until they hit the dropper. And we'll describe the dropper first. Anytime there's something here in the dropper, it outputs a signal on the comparator, which sends a signal here to this redstone repeater, which charges all this. That goes ahead and puts a charge right here, which drops the stuff out of the dropper. So let's take a stack of, say, you know, a bunch of sticks. We'll just stick that right there. Go. And so you can see how it ticks back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it just slowly goes through and dispenses everything that this gets. So all the stuff that makes it to this hopper goes down into here and gets dispensed. And that's what that sticks. That's what that lava was doing, was just burning up all that crap down there, because nobody likes that. So underneath this, I have set up 2 different processing units. This one here, if we look at it, is doing redstone, and this other one here is doing glowstone. And anything that, because items stack, so if I were to send sticks through here, they can't go into any of these slots, and so it just keeps passing on through. The rule with hoppers, even though it's not pointed down, is it will go down before it goes across. So this will go ahead and grab anything if it happens to be a sign. Well, witches don't drop signs, so that's safe. But if it happens to be redstone, it comes here, and it drops right down into this hopper. Likewise, the glowstone. And if we hop back up over here, these are pointed into these comparators. And not that that really matters as much, but these comparators are outputting a signal based off of the signal strength of that, which just happens to reach here. And it just happens to not reach here. So if you look at that, you can see the power is 0. There's a redstone repeater here, so if we get more than 29 redstone here, let's go ahead and not there, that. Let's grab some redstone. If we happen to have more than the 29 in there, the signal strength is just enough. This goes ahead and becomes power 1 right here. So that turns on this repeater, which turns off the torch, and you just saw it tick back on. That torch is locking, gotta move around, it's locking the one that you can't see. Not this one, but the one above is being locked. And maybe it's locking this one too. Can I see it? Oh, I can see the one above. So it's locking, it's charging this block and locking that so nothing goes through. Anyway, so what happens is stuff that comes in here, it goes ahead and shoves it on down through. And again, stuff goes down here before it goes up here. So you could have as many of these stacked up as you want. And it works really, really slickly. I like using signs as opposed to like sticks or some other things that stack up to 64. Signs stack up to 16. They output a stronger signal. If you have, say, blocks of cobble, 4 blocks of cobble here, you would need, I think it's like 41 items. So, you know, redstone, we're getting lots and lots and lots, so that's not a big deal. But say you were filtering diamonds, well, there'd be 41 diamonds just sitting there as part of this filter. Lower is better, in my opinion. You can put more signs in here and crank up the volume, but that's not exactly what we're looking for. Anyway, this has been working out really, really well, and just these guys splat and go dead, and we don't care. I don't care about the rest of the stuff because we've got almost full double chests of these things, and for right now, we don't need them. Anyway, let's head on up, because after doing my work stuff on the laptop today, I decided I would do a little cleaning, and first, a cough. Oh, that was a good cough. Anyway, let's do a quick sleep. So, safety. Sleep done. All right, so I decided to go ahead and do a little decorating around here. You moved some of these soggy gardens over. I love being able not to see through the leaves. I really like them to be a solid shape, and so that's the way I roll. But if you could see through them, if you had fancy on, you'd see 2 blocks below the dirt level is a light source, so that's a way of providing light. Just sprinkling around a few little things. Went ahead and did some planting of various whatsits just so that looks good, and you know, played a little bit with ye olde witchy shoppy. You know, of course, you don't pronounce it that way. You don't pronounce that as ye. It's pronounced the, because the Y was the original TH. So, you know, the E really doesn't matter there. But I am silly. Whenever I want to do ye olde, I always put E's on everything else. Because, you know, silly. That's what I said. A little bit of chiseling bits to give it a little decoration around. And went in here and did some silliness. Different chests. Yeah, that's a kitchen counter. Just various little bits and bobs tossed around here. You know, got a little bed, why not? Didn't want to do too much here because that's going to be where the drawers are going to be placed. So we'll leave those where they are. And yeah, just kind of stuck a little decoration and you know, a little bit of chiseling to give it a curve, just for fun. So that's what we've got done in this place. So it's a little bit more homey. And we've got a path going up here. Dum-dum-dum. And this is going to be the witch station. And yeah, that's intentionally spelled the wrong witch. But yep, we're going to have rails heading off that away and going on down. And I figured this would be the station for getting out and coming to get your stuff. So that is, I think, good enough at this point. You know, could I do more? Oh, sure, I could always do more. But I figured I'd show off what I did with this. That worked. That grew. This one here is just still sitting there forever, not doing a thing. And I don't know why. Bone meal doesn't help with these willow saplings. So maybe they just slowly have that random tick. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm a-thinking this is working. I'm a-liking it. Now, I just need to wait until the age advances. No, it's not an age, it's an era. When the iron era advances, no, coal era advances to the iron era, which is the next one, we will have access to the storage drawers, yay, the hopper ducks, yay, yay, and also tinker's tools, yay, yay, yay. So we'll be able to have those good mods added to our capabilities, and I'm looking forward to that. But first we got to kill that Ender Dragon, because, you know, he's a pain. Gotta kill him. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here on the FTOG Quantus server, having a blast getting ye oldie witchy shoppy and trainee stationy set up. At least the frames. And I hope you had fun too. Thanks for watching. Bye.